Hi children. Now we are going to see the next topic of your 7th chapter, functions. Now we can see anonymous function. So first, what is anonymous function? That is, it is a simple function which has a keyword. That is, in this generally in previous functions and all you have to write more than one line coding. But here in this anonymous functions or lambda functions, this you are going to write a function in a single line. Within one line you are going to write a code which will give the output. For that you are going to use lambda as a keyword. In that last, generally user defined functions are using def keyword, but here the lambda functions using lambda keyword. Then what is the use of that function? It is used to create a small coding, that is small and one time use codings. The next one is we can use combination of functions like filter, map, reduce. Okay, these are the functions. So this function also you can use with the lambda functions. Now we can see the syntax of anonymous function. Lambda arguments colon expression. Lambda arguments, that is we want to use that lambda keyword with arguments. Then after colon you can use the expression, that is which process you have to do, that process you can write. See the example here, they give sum equal to lambda argument 1 comma argument 2 colon argument 1 plus argument 2. Here they gave two arguments, with that they are going to add the numbers. So they gave argument 1 comma 2 and then argument 1 plus argument 2. The next one, print statement. Print the sum is sum of 30 comma 40. Here want to add these numbers and can display the answer. The next print statement is print the sum is sum of minus 30 comma 40. Here they gave two arguments. So argument 1 will take 30, argument 2 will take 40. After that the next process is argument 1 plus argument 2. That process will be taken and it will display the answers. This is without return statement. Next we are going to see return statement. What is the use of return statement? Generally after the process it will return one answer to the caller function. Okay, that is the use of return statement. You can write with return statement or without return statements. It won't, it is not any problem. And the return statement syntax is return expression list. Here you can use more than one return statement. More than one return statement you can use in a same function. So expression list you have to mention. See in this example they gave def user apps abs of n. If n is greater than or equal to 0, return n, else return minus n. See here they used return statement in a if else. If the condition is true, it want to return one statement. If the condition becomes false, it want to display a negative number. So like this, you can return more than one return statement in a same functions. So next topic is scope of variables. So here scope means, in this you know already, many variables we are using in our program. So where we want to use, how can we access the variables are called the scope of variables. So generally two types of scopes are there. One is global scope and then local scope. That is, first local scope, after that global scope. So first we will see local scope. So local scope is inside the function which are the variables we are declaring. That is called as local scope. That is within the function argument. See here in this example, def local. Local is a function. For that function we are using y equal to 0. It is a variable. So this variable we are using here, it is a local variable. That is, we used within that block. After, see here local, this is a function calling function. So after this statement, if you write this y equal to 0, it won't execute. And the next one here, def local, y equal to local function they called, then again they gave it as a print statement, print of y. See that output came it as a error, that is name y is not defined. So you have to give that local variable within the function itself. If you use that outside the function, it will throw the error. This is local scope, and the lifetime of the local scope is within that function. See, when the function is completed, that local scope or scope memory is also removed. Okay. The next one is global scope. So this global scope, we are going to use the same variable for the whole program. For example, pi equal to 3.14. This is a static variable. So that variable we are going to use for the throughout the program. So where and all we are going to use that pi, it should be 3.14. Like that, if you want to use, then you can use the global scope for starting itself. That is, when you are starting the program, that time itself want to declare the variable 3.14. So it will access throughout the program. See the rules. We have some rules for the global variables. So first you have to define the variable outside the function. Outside the function only you want to declare. That is the default one. For this, you don't want to use the global keyword. The second one is, if you want to use that global variable inside the function, for example, see here, in this example they gave, that is, x is a global variable they declared as 0, but that variable they used inside the function global x. So if you want to use like this, then you should use the keyword global. Then the lifetime of this global variable is lifetime, that is entire program, anywhere you can use. Okay, if you use within the function, you have to give it as a global keyword. Otherwise, simply like ordinary variables you can give. See, This is the example. C equal to 1 def add. Print of C add function. So here C equal to 1 is a global variable. They called that variable within the function, that is def add. Within add function they called print C, so it will print the value 1. Then the next example, also same thing they gave, that is here they used, both examples are same. The next example is, see, C equal to 1 def add of add function C equal to C plus 2 print C. Then add function they called. See here the output it displayed is unbound local error. That is local variable C referenced before assignment. Here, see in this here they did not use that global variable, so that we can't do any changes in that. Here if you want to get the output, then you should use global keyword for the C variable, that only gave it in this example. X equal to 0 def add global x equal to x plus 5, that is print inside add function x value is x. Next, add print in main x value is. So first here global variable they declared as x equal to 0. After that inside the function they called the x value. After that they add these values x equal to x plus 5. Now they are going to print the statement. What is the value inside the function and what is the value in the main function? Main function is x equal to 0. That is after the process what it will be. So the value is 5 because first the value is 0. See after the process, that is x equal to x plus 5, then the value becomes 5. So that value is printed in your main program. So now the next example, the next topic is global and local variables. See here they gave both, that is global variables as well as local variables in the same coding. X equal to 8. So here x is the global variable. Def local, it is a local, that is function. Global x is a variable we are using inside the function. Y equal to local, x equal to x into 2. Then print y, print x. Local, that is we called the function. Here we are going to use that x value in this function. So y value which has a local string, x value is what we have in the main function 8. So 8 into 2, that becomes 16. So here x value is 16, y value is local. Then another example, x equal to 5 def local, x equal to 10 print local x. Then they called the function, then print global x. So here we are going to print what is the value in local variable and what is the value in global variable. See here, x equal to 5, that is the global variable. Then x equal to 10 is a local variable. Here we did not use any global keyword, so which value we gave? Print local, it will print the local value. Then print global, it will print the global value 5.